I'm going to lower the volume so it's not horrible. Can one of the mods make the game Sorcery? It ends June 26th at 10 a.m. Oh. Alright. But the demos aren't going away, right? If I get some more of them? Or maybe they are. Hey, you haven't seen this in a very long time. Most of them are. Some of them, but not all of them. Alright. So. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sorcery. This is technically the third part. This is episode 3 of Sorcery. Let's go over this. Probably, I think there's a lot of new viewers here over the last year. I would highly recommend you go watch the Sorcery Part 1 and Part 2. We're technically on the third game. If you want a quick recap, I can give it to you. But I need a recap too. This is a choose-your-own-adventure game. It's based on a series of books by Steve Jackson. Steve Jackson made a ton of choose-your-own-adventure books. This series was one of them. Wildly seen as the best in all of the... Well, that's subjective. But of all the books that Steve Jackson did, this is considered to be the good ones. The really good ones. You can buy these books. These books still exist, but this company, Inkle, took all the books and made them into a full, complete board game where all the choices are the same. It's pretty much a one-to-one reimagining of the whole thing. There's a lot of choices. The choices matter a lot in this game. You can screw up big time. We had a thing where the amount of rewind... Who is he talking to? My mother's on speaker right now. She's muted, but come on. I'm trying to tell... My mother wants to catch up. Still there, Ma? Alright, yep. So, Ma, when you last saw, we were in the Baklands. These are the Baklands. The first 2 episodes are sort of spoilers, by the way, if you don't want to miss anything. If you want to see the whole thing as it played out. Very high quality entertainment. Really, really engaging stuff. I recommend you watch it. But if you don't care and you're just like, yeah, I just want to see the guy click on stuff. The last thing that we did, we are the Analander. Our goal is to go get the Crown of Kings. The Crown of Kings is the most powerful artifact in the world. It has the power to do anything. It's essentially you're turning on god powers if you have the crown. The Archmage, who is the main antagonist of the game, has the crown. Stole it. We need to get it back. We went through treacherous shit. We are currently going through the Backlands. Interestingly enough, there are assassins now trying to kill us. In episode 3, in the third game, your goal is to get through all of the Backlands and killing and taking the essence of all of the serpents. There are 7 serpents, and they are trying to kill me. We have already killed 1 or 2 of them. I forget who they were. The Final Fantasy 16 panel is still up. Sorry, Square Enix was really good to me, so they can stay. Square Enix was wonderful to work with, so I mean, you. Anyways, we're going to just see what the last few things were. So we were talking to somebody. There's time travel. Keep up. Each one of these devices, there are 2 full maps in this game. One of them is in the past, The other one is in the present. We need to go back to the past, moving these units around. Wherever these units shine in that cone is in the past. Can you follow? Keep up. Come on, Gwen. We need to go find some serpents in the past. Keep up. Come on, Gwen. The last thing that just happened. Actually, I want to play one of the best songs ever recorded. So let's do that first. Let's take a look at some of the spells. We're just doing a recap. I know some of you are probably like, all right, fuck this guy. I'm out of here. That's all right. That's fine. We'll see you later. If you're wondering where the sus command is from, it's not because I'm the fucking sus guy. That's not what it is. This is from 7 or 8 years ago. Sus is a command. It's a spell in sorcery. There are dozens of spells that you can do. In most scenarios, they give you pretty good options. Stuff like jig. When cast, the recipient will get an uncontrollable urge to dance. This works. You can do these to pretty much anybody. There it is. It's Sense Danger is the name of the spell. That's where it's originally from. Could you please say Steve Jackson's Sorcery in your sorcery voice? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3rd episode of Steve Jackson's Sorcery.
There you go. You can use that wherever you want. I want the song to replay, though. Oh, we have a god, too. We have spirits. So, right now, you can pray to your spirit. Our spirit right now is the ape. If we're in a bad scenario, something bad is happening. Oh my god, I don't know what to do here. They give you an option to pray to your spirit. Sometimes they listen. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they actually think it's funny when something bad is happening to you. Depends on who you have. There are dozens and dozens, if not thousands. It's probably like 10. We have the ape right now. Strong beast, intelligent and prudent, who takes great pride in acting faithfully, to be depended on. So we can depend on the ape. Sometimes it's like the scorpion or the panther, and they have different things that they do. You can also pray to heal. We have 29 gold. I have 3 stamina. Why don't we take a look at the... This is the song. Clues. All right, the 7... We need to read some of these because it's been a long time. The 7 serpents' weaknesses. They all have a weakness. The 7 serpents threaten your journey, but they carry a message that will warn the Archmage of your coming. But each has a weakness that, if discovered, will allow you to destroy them. Okay. I think we just start moving. We you know. Thankfully, we can see where we've been. So the last thing that happened was... What was the last thing? Dintanta. Dintanta of the steppes. How they call me. Wait, wasn't this a serpent? I intend to kill the 7 serpents, you tell her, and she laughs. Many have had that intention. Very few know their weaknesses. But you know them. The serpent's weaknesses are the most heavily guarded secrets in the whole of Mampang. She replies dramatically before smiling. Of course I know them, or at least I know of 2. Your mom's still on the phone? Oh. All right, Ma, I gotta go. You caught up? She said, yes, with a smiley emoji. All right, perfect. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye, Mom. Say hi to Dad. Bye, Mom. Okay. What else do you know? I know that your lack of gratitude is unbecoming, and I shall transform you into a toad. Tell me of the Sleepless Ram. The Sleepless Ram is in Mampang Fortress, a guardian of the Archmage. All right. It has a weakness. Where can I find the 7 serpents? One goes off to hide in the waters of Lake Iklala. It means to pick you off as you cross, but it will wait until you are alone. If you travel with the ferryman, you will most likely be safe. She shakes her head. If that's not any help, I don't suppose it is. What kind of sorceress are you? You ask. A busy one. Why do you waste my time with stupid questions? She turns to leave, begins to weave her spell around herself once more. You wave her away, keen to continue your journey. Dentainta becomes an ugly creature once more, and a moment later she whisks herself away across the plains and is gone. The climb is uneventful and the slopes are silent. You've found 3 new clues. All right. So, we've got further up. We've got across the plain. And then we have downhill. I am going to say, let's go this way. Forest of... We've explored a lot of this. Some of it in the past, some of it in the present. But I think it's time to go through the Forest of Snatta. So, they mean to jump me in Lake Iklala. I need to remember that. Let's go for it. Here we go. Time to begin.
Right.
You return up the winding path to the top of the mountain. Night falls and you are worn out. You should try to find somewhere safe to sleep. From the top of the mountain, the view across the plains in both directions is gloomy and dark, but you see no way down to the east. There is nowhere on the exposed peak to sleep safely. You must keep walking. Time to head for lower ground. All right, broken down bridge. Down the steps. We can go this way, but no, let's go for it. Fuck it. You step onto the foot of the ruined bridge and then over. You drop a few feet to the slope below in a controlled fashion, and then you begin to skid. Sliding and slipping down the loose stones, you are gathering speed fast. You are falling. Your boots shoot out from underneath you and you skid down the slope on your cloak, arms out backwards trying to keep you level. You're about halfway to the thick trees below. Concentrate on balance, pray to the ape, or cast a spell. Keep in mind, this is very important. Mom, I know you're not there anymore, but it's all right. Casting spells cost stamina between 1 and 3. If I cast a spell, I will die. I think we do have to pray to the ape. Let's see if the ape will help us. Pray. To pray, you need to close your eyes despite the rushing wind, the scattering stones, the sudden precipices that come and go. Close my eyes. Despite the skidding rocks, you close your eyes and begin to raise a prayer to the ape. You feel the stones either side slowing themselves just a little, from a blur to a mere streak. The canopy approaches at speed. I think it worked. You hit the ground slowly and cannot help but give thanks to the ape for your salvation. Good. Okay. I would pray for healing right now, but I want to keep... if you pray for healing, they'll go away for an extended period. It's kind of like a oh shit button. Sometimes it doesn't work. That's actually surprising. That's good that it worked. All right. Let's look back. You cast a look back at the mountain slope, but it is all but sheer. There's no way to climb it again. You'll have to move onwards. You pick yourself to your feet. You're on the edge of the thick trees with no discernible path forward. You'll have to fight through the trees as best as you can. All right, so here we are. I guess we're going to keep heading this way. You barge your way through thick trees. Can you guys hear the background music? Pretty sick desktop reveal. Default Windows Andy. Okay. Nice wallpaper. I hear it. Just the music gets a little loud, so just keep that in mind, I guess. The mixing in it is a little off. Nice wallpaper. Default Windows wallpaper. Tell that wallpaper story again. What, that I just make it something and don't use it? I don't change it ever again? Alright, you barge your way through the thick trees, pushing branches from your face. Things chitter in the leaves all around. Alright. I'm gonna keep moving. You crash on through the thick foliage. Alright, only one way to go. You erupt from the trees onto an old path that winds a narrow course through the forest. The trees loom around you, twisted and old. You explored the forest in the Shumantanti Hills when you met Aliana, but that was a mere copse in comparison to this. The forest is ancient. The forest of Snata is ancient, and it is a maze. There are no roads through it, only twisted paths and dead ends. But who knows what secrets it may hide? The forest by night is a terrifying place, full of strange noises and shifting shadows. You are certain something is following you, but when you turn, there's nothing there. I've played this game before. I know what it is. I think. I think I need to do this, though. But do I have enough? Do I have any healing potions? We have a lot of goblin teeth, giant teeth. We have a lot of the good magic items. So most of the spells in the game you cannot cast unless you have a magical item. These are kind of hard to come by, and we did a really good job. But I don't think I have any. I don't have any heals, do I? I need to cook. Tell the orchestra to stop. That's what I mean by the mixing, and the audio mixing is a little off because the music is fantastic. But if I lower this, then everything else will be lower. It's all right. It's beautiful. We're gonna keep it. All right, we're going for it. This is gonna be loud. That part always is. Just keep that in mind. All right, we can do Yaz, which is cause invisibility. We can do Fall, which is float in the air. Remember, I think something's behind me. There is obviously Sus, which is sense danger. There's Sun, which is create light. I think we have to do it just because, right? You cast the enchantment and a calm voice begins to speak to you.
This part of the forest is thick with snatter cats. They're invisible unless they have their eyes open, but their sense of smell is good enough to track you down.
Okay. I think we keep moving. I have 2 health. You pick up your pace. If you walk for long enough, after all, the sun will rise. It's decision time. Where are we going? Mods? Put a 2-minute poll up. Are we going east or are we going south? Very different directions, considering this is going to have us go all over here. This one's going to have us go all over here. Keep in mind, this is very important. How many choices are in the game, really? A fuckload. A shitload. So it's not like, oh, okay, this probably all connects to the same thing. A lot. That doesn't mean you can swear. Oh yeah, when we played Sorcery, I gotta go PG-13 mode. You're right. It's pretty much 50-50. Every time I click out of here, you're gonna see my background, but it's alright. It is 50-50. That means it's streamer's choice, by the way. $50-50 is streamer's choice. The game is like Elden Ring, but you're not allowed to leave the map screen. Time that person up for 6 or 7 months. All right, where are we going? Maybe we'll make all the polls 60 seconds. We're not going to do a poll for every single choice. I'm just, showing that sometimes we do it. You ever beat this one the try-hard way? No, every time I've ever played Sorcery again, I kind of just casually play it. I don't ever do any, like, the meta or, like... I know there's a way you can get them all pretty quickly. Is it still 50-50? Well, something has to win. There's no such thing as a tie on this Twitch poll. Which way? Okay, south it is. Thanks for playing. You walk on between the trees. The dead of night is still and cold. Something prowls close at hand. Suddenly, you catch a pair of eyes in a low bush. Look at the eyes. Oh, all right, this is a Snattercat. I think we need to just... I don't know. I'm going to look. The artwork is amazing in this, by the way. They pull it... Essentially, they rip it right from the books. The eyes are narrow with thin vertical pupils and orange irises. A moment later, another pair of eyes appear, followed slowly by a body. These creatures are becoming visible as you watch. These must be Snattercats. There they are. Look at them. Keep walking. All right, what if I just keep looking at them? I'm going to look at them more. They are about the size of a large dog, with ugly snub noses. Their black fur is trimmed with yellow flashes. One of the creatures steps out of the bushes to stand in front of you, then vanishes. Oh, shit! Maybe just listen. You listen. Footsteps across the leaves and branches cannot be disguised. The cats are pacing towards you. Loud. What can I do here? Rock. Turn to stone. I don't have any stone dust. Gob. Summon a goblin. This is free, by the way. This does not cost stamina. We might get we could get a goblin friend to come help us. Gak is cause fear. I don't have the face mask. Gum is glue. I don't have glue. I think we have to have a goblin come out because it's free and I only have 2. Yeah, all these are going to cost at least 1. This one's 3. Yeah. Let's see what a goblin's going to do here. I have 5 goblin teeth, so we're good. Let's let it roll. You pull a goblin tooth from your pack and drop it on the ground, casting your spell across it. The tooth erupts into a column of smoke, and a moment later, a goblin warrior is standing in front of you. Order the goblin to attack or hide behind the goblin. Attack! You direct the goblin forward, ordering it to draw its sword. But the goblin is stupid and does not realize the Snattercat is even there. A moment later, your little champion is dead in the mud. Its little throat slit. The body disappears in a puff of smoke and you draw your sword. I should've... Okay, this is bad. So, there is combat in this game. For those of you that need to understand how this works, I will give a very brief overview. It's just, like, bluffing the video game, because I have a stamina bar that's 9 points. Snattercat has a stamina bar that's 7 points. No. It's also... It's probably 8, because look at how big it is. So, how this works is, if I hit defend, I won't do anything. If this character attacks, I will always take 1 damage. I will... Yeah, this is health. Stamina is health in this game. This is like a different bar. So, some people's bars are this tall, some people have this big, and some people... This is going to be hard. So, again, I have to make sure that if I am going to do this, that it will be higher than what they do. So if I go, okay, I'm going to go 4.1 for strength, and the Snatacat does 4.2, I lose. And I take damage and it'll kill me, because it's going to do like 3 or 4 damage. If I defend, it'll always be 1 damage I take if they attack 2. Now, here's a very important thing for you to realize. If I go full blast, it'll be fine, but then my bar is 0. When the bar, it takes a few turns to recharge this. So you can really get yourself into a lot of trouble. I'm going to say it's 1v1. It's going to be, I'm going full blast. And it was a stupid idea because I just burnt almost my whole stamina bar and I did nothing because the cat's invisible. You can't even see it. The Snatacat stares hard at you, then closes its eyes and vanishes. You take a risk and charge head on. Okay. I'm dead in 1 hit. Your caution pays off as the slavering cat appears suddenly diving for your blood, eyes wide open now, staring with murderous intent. You react on instinct, dodging behind a tree for cover. You're shaken but mostly unharmed. The Snatacat closes its eyes once more. You see it is tensing, preparing to pounce. I gotta go full blast on this. Yep, got it. Good. Okay. I need to pray to the ape. We're good. All right. 5. I got 5 health from that. He's gonna go away now, but I prayed to the ape. Everything's good. I have more health. If something bad happens later, then that's just the way it is. All right. What did he do last? Like 4? How much bar does he have? I'm going. Okay. This is gonna be a huge full bar attack. Snatacat does not reappear, and your blade finds only empty air. All right. Now I defend. Oh, okay. Nothing else happens. You wait, eyes fixed on the empty air. Again. Yep. Okay. Snatacat runs for your throat. Quick as a flash, you leap out of the way, but you cannot defend forever. Alright. Snatacat just used full stamina bar. I'm gonna defend. You stay crouched. You sense the Snatacat prowling. It is somewhere very close. You can almost feel its hot, wet breath. You think it appears? I'm going all in. Got it. You bring all your strength to bear on the creature's hide. The Snatacat turns on the spot, prowling the space between you. Snatacat fades from view as it turns about on the spot. I'm going in again. See you later. Only 1 damage? What? Its fur seems to bristle with electricity. You turn your grip about for a wild attack and the blow lands deep. The Snatacat wails in agony with a keening, almost human sound. Do I dare? Oh, I did it! With 0.1 damage. I got it. Nice. You risk a swipe, your sword plunges deep into the creature's throat. It drops to the ground, and those delicate, powerful eyelids close. Continue. The other Snatakats prowl closer, slowly circling around you. Uh-oh. I gotta do this a few times. Do I continue, or do I fight, or do I just try to get out? Fight the next one. Let's go. You pick the next closest creature and ready your attack. The remaining Snatakats look between each other, then close their eyes and vanish from view. The leaves rustle as they disappear into the trees. Oh, cowards. Pry loose the dead cat's teeth. Yeah, there's probably going to be magical items here. Working with the tip of your blade, you pry free the creature's front 2 incisor teeth. It's bloody work, and once done, that grass underfoot is sodden. Then there's nothing more to do. You walk away, wiping invisible blood from your blade. Something massive looms between the trees south of here. You must continue your journey, but you are weaker than you realize. Perhaps you should simply rest here for a few hours and regain some strength. Yeah. Gratefully, you seat yourself and enter the meditative state taught to you by your masters. A sensation of great peace enters your body. Hours pass. In the distance, the sun breaks over the horizon. You've been awake all night and are weaker for it. You stand once more. Day 8. In the forest. During the past day, you reached the forest of Snata and you defeated the moon serpent, the first of the 7 serpents. We did beat the moon serpent. Okay. Did it take my stamina away? All right, well, obviously we're going to keep going south. We're not going to go back up that way. You follow what might be a path, and it might be an old river, through the trees of the forest. As the morning moves on, the wind begins to rise. You are standing in the shadow of some colossal stone structure that rises up from the trees and disappears into the clouds. You stride forward. You must reach Iklala and the road to Lower Zaman. Every passing day brings danger. Okay. That bird is fucking loud. Things rustle in the branches all around. As the sun climbs towards its zenith, the wind picks up. You emerge into something of a clearing with a stone pillar at its heart. Not a tower, but one leg of an enormous arch. Who could have built such an incredible thing? And how long ago was it done? Cool. The trees are thinner, replaced by climbing weeds and shrubs that grow in and around the broken stones of the bridge. You make your way to a point where the path splits. Look up at the arch. You crane your neck back to look at the stone pillar. Made of bricks, each one of a normal size, but thousands upon thousands in number. They climb up into the air in a stack no wider than a tree, but 3 times taller than the tallest in the forest. Look higher. Then, almost beyond what you can see, the stone begins to form a curve, branching into the beginning of an arch. But the rest of the arch has crumbled into ruin, and this single leg is all that remains. The pillar might be climbable, otherwise several paths lead into the trees. All right, this is where it's gonna get funky. We're not leaving. Climb the pillar, but where's that gonna put us? So we started here. We couldn't go across. This will get us on the top of the bridge. Is there anything on the top of the bridge that's important? Or do we just simply go down here? Pray to the ape. I can't. I already did. Yeah, whatever. Let's climb it. Intrigued, you approach one of the brick pillars to see if it might be climbable. Indeed, the stones are worn and filled with pock-marked holes and finger grips. But you cannot seem to manage the climb up while holding your sword. You will have to unbuckle your blade if you want to climb up. What do I have for a weapon? Because if I lose this, I'm going to be fucking really mad. Okay, I have a hewing axe. I don't want to lose any items. It's alright, it's just a generic sword. I think the axe is the more important one, though. Alright, let's go. Fine. You unbuckle your weapon and leave them in a tidy pile at the foot of the pillar, covering them up with large leaves. Then you begin to climb. The going is tough, and once you start, you begin to understand quite how tall the stone pillar is. You've barely reached the forest canopy when you need to stop for breath. And at the same time, you are not even a third of the way to the top of the arch. I have an opportunity to stop doing this. We don't have the ape anymore. Keep that in mind. You keep climbing. After 5 more minutes, your arms are aching with the effort. But you have an incredible view across the forest. It fills this basin from the mountains in the east to those in the west. Its canopy so tightly self-entwined, it is almost like a sea. The top of the bridge is still some distance above you, Okay. Let's go. You climb even higher until your arms begin to scream with pain. You are so high up now that to drop would not simply be fatal. It would be enough to bury you 6 feet into the earth. Before your arms give out, you swing yourself into one of the bridge's levels to rest. Some Wile E. Coyote shit. I'm losing stamina too. That's not good. All right, rest. This is a lower roadway, one layer down from the top of the bridge. Perhaps this was used for servants or goods trucks, when the road above was for nobles. At any rate, there seems to be no stairs or ramps to the higher level, but the view is incredible. Look at the bridge. You pause to admire the arches holding up the layer above. Graceful giant stones stacked with unerring precision. Whoever built this must have been 3 times the size of the largest hill giant, and yet as dexterous as a weaver. Scratched into the stone, you see a small insignia. The wind blasts through the arches for a moment, making a fluting, moaning sound. Whoa. Looking. Okay, what does it say? The emblem forms the shape of a jagged peak. You recognize it, of course, from your training. It is the jagged rocks of High Zaman, on which stands the fortress of the Archmage. These stones were set by Zaman magic then. It is said the Archmage is old, but surely not so old as to have overseen this. Something rustles in the weeds nearby. What's in the weeds? You approach the bushes, then freeze. A pair of eyes is staring back. Uh-oh. Jump off the bridge? But what if it... Okay, what if it's not a Snatacat? Jump off the bridge, I dare you. You are trapped up here, no way to escape and no way to fight. There is little choice but to jump. So without thinking too hard, you turn and fling yourself over the side. It is a long way to fall. You hit the ground with a neck-twisting thump. You have fallen to your death. Game over. Alright, that was for fun. That was for a joke. We go back. We're going back to here. There is a rewind feature. No rewinds. Yeah, okay. What's the rule for this playthrough here? I forgot. I think it was 3. 3 per stream, right? It doesn't matter. Alright, so let's get back to where we were. It was... I searched the weeds. There's a pair of eyes staring back. But what kind of eyes? Do I know? A pair of eyes is staring back. This could be a person. This could be a different animal. I'm going to listen. You've listened intently. Something is crawling on its belly towards, trying to stay hidden. Whatever is lurking there, it is crawling closer. Yeah, probably a snake. Curious. Mud. I could throw a fireball in there. I could just whip a fireball in there. But I don't know what it is. Walk is shield. Wall, I believe it's wall, is create an invisible wall. Too much stamina. Float in the air. Shield is probably good, yeah. Walk is only 1, but it does require something, doesn't it? Requires 1 stamina and 1 gold piece. Yeah, let's do it. You place a gold piece on your... I have 28 gold. Plenty of money. You place a gold piece on your wrist and cast a spell, and a moment later the coin is gone. You feel the weight of an invisible shield on your arm. At least you will be somewhat defended. The shape moves nearer still. You go over to the bushes and spread them apart with one arm. Lying a shadow inside shadow is a human figure on its front. It looks up at you with eyes just visible through a cloth mask. Now there is a face I have not forgotten. I almost... That's not... It's Flanker! You stare in surprise. It's Flanker. Okay, we almost killed Flanker. I almost threw a fireball at him. The assassin jumps ably to his feet and then brushes himself down.
Well met.
Okay, we need some context. All right. Flanker is an assassin who tried to kill us in the first game. Spoilers, go watch or go play. Go play it. Don't even watch it. Go buy this whole series and just get a cup of fucking cocoa, dim the lights a little, and play it. It's such a wonderful experience. It is so worth it. This is, people that ask what's your favorite game of all time, this is like top 5. Sorcery, the whole series, is like top 5. This one and the 4th game get kind of really hard and annoying in some places, but still I wouldn't take it off that list. Sorcery, without a doubt. This is probably top 5 ever. Unreal bad taste. Steve Jackson is like the inspiration for a shitload of things that you probably play right now. I'm just telling you. Steve Jackson's fantasy book series, they're the road that has been paved. He paved the road. This shit was made in like the 70s. Ban that guy? No. No. We're not going to ban anybody. I don't want to ban that person. I want that person to say, hey, wait a minute. Let me give this a chance. But they're already gone. No, I'm telling you, it's a wonderful franchise. No, I'm not banning for that. That's an opinion. You think that I have bad taste? That's your opinion, and that you can have that. And I'm gonna do some unbearable voice acting, so it's actually probably a good thing that you left. All right, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm making my way to High Salmon, where I'm needed.
You can see the wilds of the Backlands have been harsh on the assassin. His eyes burn with a hollow fire. How did you get here? To this bridge?
I leapt across the Bowderback Gorge. I climbed the Bowderback Ridge and used my climbing hooks to descend into the trees. I've killed 7 snattercats before I found this bridge in which to shelter. How have you made the journey?
I forget how Jorah Mormont talks. It's supposed to be Jorah Mormont, and it was way better like 7 years ago. I haven't seen any Game of Thrones in a long time. Okay. How have you made the journey? I'll tell him about the beacons. By means of the beacons.
The beacons? You've used all the magic of the Archmage? Then no doubt he's sending birdmen as we speak to have your head.
As he speaks, he draws his sword and runs 2 gloved fingertips along its length, honing the edge. Oh. I had no choice.
There is always a further choice. You are reckless, Annalander, and foolish.
Will you travel with me?
I will not. You are the target of the Archmage. You are the most powerful enemy in the land. Annalander, I do not mean to kill you. I would have done that in episode 1. I do not mean you ill, but time spent with you is dangerous.
Help me before you go. Remember, you are in my debt.
In truth, I know something that may be of use. A black elf whom I killed for her supplies told me that the goddess Throth is the mortal enemy of the earth serpent and can help you defeat him. It may be true, it may not be. I cannot be sure.
With a final salute, 2 fingers drawn across the neck in the manner of his guild, Flanker straps his sword to his back and swings himself onto a pillar. With enviable speed, he scrambles up to the top of the bridge. The last you see of him is a figure in black, leaping away to the east. Well, good to see you, Flanker. Yeah, Flanker is... This game allows you to have a handful of characters that you can party up with, if you want to call it that. They all have their own stories, they all have their own stuff. They all can die. They all can die very early. It's a wonderful franchise, just try it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Try it. Some of you guys tell me that you sit down in the living room with your whole family and watch this stream. Are you doing, whoever's doing that right now, turn me off now. Go get Sorcery, and the whole family can do this. Sit down with your whole family. You do that right now anyways. Sit the whole family down. Make some muffins. All right, let's climb. How much is Sorcery on Steam? I think each episode is like $5. Maybe. It's like $4 for one of these. It's $15, like 15 for all of them. This is like 100 hours worth of content, by the way. $13 for 1 and 2, $10 for 3, and $10 for 4. $27 for all of them. It's worth it. All right, let's look down at the forest. Let's really take it in. Looking down at the forest, you can make out a tower through the treetops to the southeast. Brass shines from its top. Looking southwest, you see a flash of fire through the trees, squirming and moving in a curious way. And to the northeast, you see curling smoke rising, as though from a chimney stack, though you cannot see a house. The giant stone pillars cast long shadows. Interesting. Let's go. You look out at the side of the bridge for handholds to the top, but can find nothing that looks safe enough. It seems this is as high as you will be able to climb. Oh, maybe I should have casted a spell. Like float. Shit. Turning your eyes to the eastern mountains, you spy the end of the bridge, jutting a short way over the valley. And beyond it, you catch the flash of water. Lake Iklala. Somehow, then, you must climb those summits if you mean to continue your journey. Birds wheel and turn between the stones above. You swing yourself back off the bridge, onto the pillar. Your arms are somewhat rested, but quickly start to burn once more. You'll have to return quickly to the ground. Okay. I'm not jumping, right? Slowly, painstakingly, you make your way back down and retrieve your weapon. There are several directions in which you could continue. All right. Go through the forest of Snatta. We know what is possible there. Or head over towards this little pond, lake. This also is one of those time travel beams. It's going to be able to be aimed like this, pretty much in any direction. I think if it were me, I would want to head over here and activate this because we can probably go back in time and fix the bridge. I think that's where I'm going. Streamer's choice. You head away from the bridge and into the forest. Very cool. The path winds tortuously through the forest. Your shield shimmers out of existence. Oh, I still had the shield. Ooh, alright, okay. The sun has reached its highest point now. The hot sun is shaded by the trees all around. The smell of rotting leaf mulch fills your nostrils. I think I want to turn this on. Oh, we can see the movements. We know where you are. As Flanka told us, we know where you are. Yeah, I'm going east. You walk on between the trees. The afternoon is starting to draw on. The forest path curves past the shore of a deep, flat pool. Forage for food, look across the water, cast a spell, make a move. Forage for food. You take a moment to forage through the nearby bushes for edible-looking plants. You find a couple of mushrooms and a handful of nuts. Take the nuts or try a mushroom. This is going to be drugs. And I'm going to, like, fucking pass out into the water. You tear off one corner of the mushroom and put it into your tongue. It tastes well enough. You stuff the rest of the mushroom into your mouth. A moment later, you find the corners of your vision are popping and discoloring. It must be tiredness. Drink some water. Out of the pond? You go to drink some water and collapse. I just said it was going to happen. Why did I do that? You go to drink some water and collapse face down in the pool. You feel unable to push yourself upright. Strange things happen as you begin to drown. Loud noises. Explosions are going off close by your ears, making you jump from side to side. The explosions match the rhythm of your heartbeat almost, but not quite precisely. But that's not all. A fat worm made of firecrackers seems to be crawling out of one of your eyes and crossing the bridge of your nose into your other eye. It leaves a slime trail of pink fire in its wake. You remember your mother, but she appears to have been a goldfish. Strange, shadowy creatures, bats perhaps, have removed the top of your head. One by one they take out your memories, polish them, and organize them into a better pattern within your skull. Oh, thanks. The dreams coalescence. You are overcome by a vision of your future. You stand in a clearing, halfway up a mountainside. In the middle of the clearing is a tombstone. You stand beside it with a vial of water in your hand. What is happening? Look at the vial, pour the water, stand back. Look at the vial. You look down at the vial to see that it shimmers with a strange internal glow. Pour it out. You pour the water onto the earth, and it seeps down through the soil. There is magic in the air. Suddenly, something punches the earth below where you stand. Wait. You wait. And a moment later, a skeletal hand erupts through the soil and grabs you around the ankle. Something is hauling itself up from the ground, using your leg for purchase. The vision fades. The sun is sinking. It will be dark soon. My head hurts. You stagger up to your feet, head beating and stomach feeling wretched, to find you have thrown up while you are unconscious. Lucky that no animal has been attracted by the smell. You quickly bathe your face and hands in the pool and get ready to move on. Throwing for content. I think I'll take a bite of this weird mushroom. And then my eyes just roll in the back of my head and I fall face first into a pond. I'm thirsty. That was really stupid. The water extends away to the southeast, towards the dark shadows of the next range of mountains. It's not quite a lake, but large for a pool, and who knows how deep it is. On the far side, you see another stone tower. The ape here. Ooh! The ape is back. Good old. The good old ape. Test the water? What do I have access to? I'm gonna go in that water and I'm gonna drop a bunch of fucking items. I'm gonna lose everything. This is how. Find safe passage. Maybe it'll give me a good place to go. Zen is hover. I don't have the item. Zip is teleport. I don't have the ring. By the way, these are all the games are connected. So if you're wondering, what do you mean you need to have that item? At some point over the first 2 parts of the campaign, you can get this. You can also lose it too. I'll do how. How is cheap, right? Yeah. Looking to the constellations above, you craft the spell and a quiet voice speaks into your thoughts. The voice tells you calmly that the water is too deep to walk through, but could be safely swum. Okay. Test the water. The water must be freezing cold, but if you had to swim, you could probably survive it. I don't want to lose anything, though. If I go across this, it's possible I lose items. You stride down to the edge of the water, take a deep breath, and dive in. Of course, all your water damageable possessions have been ruined. Thankfully, the pages of your spellbook are protected. What does that mean? What did I have? Did I have anything important that got ruined? I don't know. I think I have everything still. It was, dude, the iPhone. I think I'm okay. I don't think I lost anything important. You swim across the water and pull yourself up on the other shore. The sun has all but gone. Soon it will be dark. Nestled in a curve of the eastern cliffs is a stone tower. It is heavily overgrown with thorny branches, and its base is almost obscured by shrubs and tangled weeds. Okay. Let's take a look. Looking up at the tower, it looks similar to the others you've seen, built from the same giant-sized blocks of stone. The only differences are the tree branches that spill out through cracks in the mortar and the leaf canopy that erupts from the top. Jerma, your cigarettes are ruined. That's all right. I don't have the ape. I don't have very much health, so I'm just going to try to go through. You heft your hewing axe and cleave quickly through the branches that surround the base of the tower. The axe's keen edge makes short work of the thorns, and you have soon cut a path to the tower's door. Cool. Something seems to rustle and move just inside the tower door. He's finally playing Tears of the Kingdom. You step up to the tower door and step inside, into the shadows, to be met by a soft, damp smell. The tower. You step into the dark interior of the tower. Shadows loom from all sides, and though you can see nothing, there is the sense that something dominates the space. Feel my way forward or wait for my eyes to adjust. Wait. You hold back, waiting for your eyes to adjust. Slowly, details filter in. You're standing at the base of a gigantic tree. By the girth, it must be at least 500 years old. A wooden staircase winds around the trunk and disappears into the canopy. Okay. The tree is wider than your outstretched arms and has thick branches and leaves despite the dark. Somewhere up above, you spy a metallic glint. Time to explore. Okay, we're good. You climb the spiraling wooden stairs, picking your way through and over branches. Someone has carved something into the bark of the tree here. What's it say? Whoa! You regard the carving with some interest. It is triangle formed from 3 stars. A spell. Using your spell book as a reference, you match the stars in the carving to those you know until you have the spell memorized. This is the SSS spell. Though from what you can make out of its alignment, it would need a focus to work. A ring, most likely, with a curious coiled fashion, snake-like. The SSS spell has been recorded in your spell book. Really? Requires a serpent ring. This spell enables the caster to force information from serpents. Oh, shit. Sixth most useful spell. Okay, so I need to get the ring. Wherever that is. Is shrimps is bugs? No. It's like a crustacean or some shit. Alright, you emerge onto a stone walkway, built in a ring that allows the tree to grow through. Resting in its branches is a brass contraption, much like the ones you've already seen. Its gears and bearing carefully enmeshed between the limbs of the tree. As leaves gust back and forth, something else brass glints from within. What is it? You reach out to bend in the branch from which the gleam is coming. It is a ring, slipped over the tip of the branch. The wood has grown into the metal somewhat, suggesting the ring was placed here when the tree was somewhat younger. Is it a snake ring? You stand on tiptoes to peer at the ring. It is some kind of marking, but you cannot quite make it out. Take it. You try to work the ring back up the branch, but it is too firmly ingrown. You cannot get it to move at all. Break the branch. The wood is still alive, so breaking it is hard work. But in the end, the branch gives, snapping violently in two. The ring pings off the end and disappears into the nearby trees. Shit. Climb down. You make your way quickly on a wooden walkway. Look for the dropped ring. The undergrowth here is quite thick, and despite thrashing at the bushes, you cannot see any hint of the ring that fell from the tower. It may not even have fallen this close to the tower's base, so it's most likely at the bottom of the pool by now. No, it's not. I'll use magic. See the future. I didn't know I need to know what fucking bet to put on what football team. Alright, see the future? I do have a crystal orb. Zen is hover. I could probably float. Force field. I guess I can only do force. I can see the future. Let's go for it. I'm gonna see the future. You settle into a sitting position by the roots of a tree and take out the orb of crystal. You weave the starlight into your design around you, and suddenly you find yourself somewhere quite new. The world seems to disappear, replaced by a vision, a ring of tall, shadowy stones in a desolate waste. You stand at their center, holding above your head a long yellow feather taken from some colossal bird. You are casting a spell of curious power. See what happens. The spell begins to take hold, and the feather erupts into flame, as though you held a fiery sword. The fire reaches down your arm and into your bones, and you feel yourself swelling with great strength. The vision fades. Darkness closes in and you are exhausted. You need to rest, especially after going all day without eating. Shit. Shit! Damn it. Can I not get the ring? I need to eat something. I don't have any food. Rewind? How far back do I need to go? Okay, look at the brass glint. Look at the ring. Take the ring. Break the branch. Leave it? Shit. Let's activate the shit. I think I have to break it. Maybe time. Rewind. Time first. Tree won't be grown. Wait, so leave it. Oh, you're very smart. Leave it there. We're going to go back into the past. Is that going to work? That's actually pretty smart. All right, let's just do it. Let's activate it. Scan the forest. Look at the mountains. Yep. Okay, activate the beacon. Here we go. I can aim it. I could go right here. I wonder if that helps. Oh! No, this is going to work because I will pull it off. We're in the present right now. It'll pop off and land over on the ground over there. You adjust the contraption's position and focus carefully, watching the land shift and change under its light as you make your adjustment. Finally, satisfied, you set the lantern into one of the things and step back. Okay. So now I have to... Can I pull it off now? Do I have to pull it off first? I may have done it in the wrong order. Pronounce the word. Crenellations. Crenellations. Let's climb down and see. Outside the tower. Okay, make a move. I don't think so. I think I have to do it in the other order. I think I have to pull it off first, and then I go back. Shine beam, then do the ring. Alright, what if I go back up the tower? Will it give me the option to do it? Okay, climb up. Shit, I lost the opportunity to do it. Let me see what happens if I pull it off and then do this. Yeah, because I want to know. Because I've never gotten this ring before. Maybe I did in my other playthrough. I don't know. Okay, eyes adjust. Make a move. Very loose with the rewinds this run. Yeah, I know. Look at the carving. Yep. Now we know the snake spell. Go up. Okay. Look at the brass glint. Take the ring. Look at the ring. Break the branch. All right. Branch is broken. Activate the beam. Adjust the beam. Get rid of the water. So now the theory is that this will be probably like right outside, just sitting here. Let's take a look. Okay, climb down. Does that do it? Look for the dropped ring. Shit! I can't activate it here. Let's go see if it's out here. All right, cross the pool. You splash through the water, but after a while it seems to dry up, leaving only dry rock. You make your way easily to the other side. In all directions, the forest has been replaced by marsh, except for here, a small, bald plain of rock. A little way to the southeast, at least the stone tower still rises, though it is dwarfed by the violent mountains behind. Shit. All right. I know. Rewind, Andy. I know. How do I get this? Do I need that item? All right. Get it in your playthrough. I don't need it. Beacon first. Okay, beacon first. Which should be, like, where should I aim it? Just to cover the water? I think that makes sense. Touch the crystal. So when we touch the crystal, we can teleport to another beacon. So let's actually, hold on. Can I aim? No, I don't have any other one unlocked. Because sometimes if you have another one, you can aim it at the tower. Point another beacon at it. Yeah, I don't have any. I have to, there's probably one here, like down here that I can aim up this way. Okay. It's alright. It's alright. This is not as funny as the Jerma compilations on YouTube. I mean, I'm just streaming, man. Dude, a whole stream can't be a funny moments compilation. That compilation is probably like 8 minutes. I've been live for 5 hours. There's probably like 2 times during this whole stream where one of those clips would come from. Maybe one of those happens a stream. Maybe. Sometimes, I'm not so sure. Sometimes I'm not so sure. Turn the wacky dial up? No. No, we don't turn the wacky dial up during sorcery. Well, let's make a funny moment for the clip compilations, right? That was actually kind of funny. That was kind of funny. Okay. I want to fix the... I want to fix the bridge. Because I want to go over there. I want to go back here and walk across it. I need 2 of these, though. Can I get the whole thing in one go? I don't think so. I'll get the first part. Now let's teleport here. And I'm going to come over this way. Because I want to see there's probably something here. Okay. Adjust the beam. I'm going to aim this one. This way. Alright, so we are here. You adjust the beam around its track, sweeping the glow across the land. Tie rope ladder to battlement. What? You turn about on the spot, taking in the view in all directions. The fissure in the land is now to the south and rushes with water. And where the light from the cylinder falls, all is bright and green. The effect makes your eyes water. Should I tie a rope? I have a rope? Maybe I should just do it. Let's try it. You fasten the end of the rope ladder to the battlements of the tower and then toss the rungs over the side. Alright, let's go. What did that do? I don't know. The inside of the tower is cavernous and empty, but for a stone staircase. Why did I do that? I want my rope back. Yeah, I want my rope back. Alright, actually time the people out saying muted. That's a joke from like fucking 2016. Come on, guys. That's not going in the compilation. Okay. Alright, so now I want to go back this way. Over here, because I want to see what happens here. What happens? Can I, like, jump off, maybe? I have no idea. Let's go find out. Alright, you follow an old road. Darkness closes in. You need to rest, especially after going all the way without eating. I just need to go to a town or something. This is where I was. This is where I started. The cold night lingers on. Alright, here we go. The bridge is now here. You lost a little gold, met Flanker once more, and found one new clue. You ever played 80 Days? Same people who made Sorcery. I have, actually, a long time ago. That one's really good, too. I like Sorcery more because I feel like it's a little more involved. But 80 Days is very good, too. Okay. You return up the winding path to the top of the mountain. In the distance, the sun breaks over the horizon. You've been awake all night and are weaker for it. At the peak of the mountain is a sudden plateau looking down across a fetid, swampy valley to the east, but you may not need to tramp through them, as a magnificent stone bridge spans outwards from its peak. Let's watch for a second. Altered by some sixth sense, you hesitate behind a rocky outcrop. Just a figure shambles into view, emerging from a small hut beside the bridge.
It's me, the Analander.
Look at the figure. You stare at the hunched figure. He is aged, leaning heavily on a wizened stick, with one eye much larger than the other, and a hunch on his back. The figure shambles onto the first stone of the bridge, sighing at the effort. Wait for him to cross. I think I want to announce myself. You get to your feet.
Oh there! Greetings!
The figure turns to you, leaning heavily on its stick.
An ugly sword, brings you here? If Vankes Bridge you wish to cross, prepared be for dismay and fear.
You are Vancass. You're Vancass.
Vancash is my name, it's true. I give you that, what good it do.
What lies in the valley below?
Marsh and mud, a tower of death. Above it all, a drop to catch the breath. Ooh, yeah.
The bridge keeper pauses to scratch his swollen right eye. Approach the bridge. You approach the bridge.
This is my bridge. It spans a rift. To pass you must provide a gift.
The sudden image of the orb of crystal pops into your head. You want my orb of crystal? We can do better than that. Your price is too much, rogue. Vancast shakes his head without interest. Then the hunchback looks up sharply.
Unless a simpler price you'd gladly pay. An arm, a leg, a finger, pray.
Take my leg, take a finger. No. No. You shake your head. Vancast shrugs.
Just as you please. Patience is some men's disease.
With a thought, he gently reminds you of the original price. The orb. Walk away. Your heart, you find, is pounding. You turn and leave to the mountaintop. God damn it. Hold on, I want to... Wait, what? Okay, we're good. Rewind Ronald. Yeah, I know. We don't have any rules today. Look, there cannot be rewind rules when it's the first time I've played in the middle of an episode a year later. We'll do that next time. Okay, announce myself. You are Vancass. It's me, okay. What lies in the valley below? Marsh and mud. Approach the bridge. Cast a spell. Okay. I could zap. I could literally just fucking zap. I could zap. That's the meme one. Pop is throw a grenade. I don't have a pebble. This is magic protection. Dim is cause stupidity. Let's try it. You weave the starlight into your design around you, but Vancast raises one arm, on which is a huge bone bracelet. He utters something under his breath, and a moment later your spell has evaporated.
Curses like chickens will round yon head be flocked, lest you learn that every spell you cast is by another blocked.
You recognize the spell he cast, so then the spell of stupidity is negated by that of illusion. You've learned a new counterspell.
Ah, okay, well,
I think I'm gonna give him a finger. Should I give him a leg? Zap? Fine. Let's see what happens. Zap. gathering a bolt of lightning in your palm, but Vancast pulls out some kind of jeweled medallion in return and begins to hover up into the air. A moment later, he is on the ground, and the lightning in your palm is gone.
If you will not learn the rule, you must expect to be taken for a cretin.
This spell is familiar to you. It seems the magic of lightning counters the pattern of levitation. Okay. He wants the orb. I could give him a finger. I would rather lose a finger. Take a finger. A finger, you reply boldly.
Very good. The price is made. The littlest one now conveyed.
And he does not seem to do anything. But the little finger on your sword hand bends backwards until it snaps with a click and then detaches, falling to the dirt. You howl in pain. And that is that. With a last clear nod, the hunchback steps from the bridge and back into his hut, leaving the way clear for you to pass. Okay. You step onto the bridge, the air moves a little, still icy but fresh. The flagstones laid along the bridge top form the straightest, smoothest road you've ever seen. Finer even than the King's Road of Analand. Look down. You cast a look over the side of the walkway and your head immediately begins to swim. The drop is immense, the ground lost far below in mist. How was this bridge built? How could it ever be repaired? Shit. Oh. The rising winds pull at your hair and cloak. You reach the middle of the bridge, and the stones begin to shimmer and ripple. The smooth, white flagstones become cracked and old, pocked with holes and puddles, some of which have burrowed right through the path. The grand pillars left and right are now broken, and up ahead you see something worse. A gap. The edge. You pick your way to the broken edge. Through the thin clouds, you can make out the canopy of a forest far below. Ooh, I can use the ladder here. Look down. You look over the edge, but there's nothing to be seen, merely fallen rocks and empty air. I don't want to lose a gold piece for no reason. I'm going to use the... because this would be a good way to get back up. You consider using the rope ladder to clamber down, but the drop is far too far. Oh. Toss a gold piece over the edge. It turns and turns in the air and eventually disappears. The drop is dizzying. Well, I just wasted a fucking gold piece. Damn it. Well, I can't rewind for that. What about over here? Oh, this is so I can... okay. This is I can climb down here again. I need the bridge to be complete. Alright, I'm going to teleport back over here. You lost a finger for this. Yeah, well, when I come back... when I can do this again, I won't have to pay 2 fingers. Feeling like Herm, god of cloud cover, who walks the heavens as the day rolls by. It's a great pity whoever built this did not think to build a bridge all the way across Lake Iklala. Alright, I'm just going to get back here and we'll teleport. Back to here. And then I want to go down here. There's a town here. I need to buy food and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna... let's go this way. Okay. Look in the hut. Overcome by curiosity, you approach the hut. It takes 2 circles to find there is no apparent door at all. Call out for Vancast. You call out for Vancast, but there's no reply, and your voice is carried away by the endless wind. Knock on the hut. You tap once, then quickly stop, as you feel your skin sticking to the hut walls. There are now grazed patches on your knuckles. Looking more closely, you see the hut itself seems to be not canvas, but a thick layer of skin. Okay. That's a little gross. Let's head back into the forest of Snatta. I could also go here. No, we did a lot of this already. Some of this up here was not explored, but we can come back. Play this with your family, Jerma said earlier. You climb down the mountain and join the old road. Clouds rumble as they roll across the inky sky. It will be night soon. Suddenly, the ground beneath you rumbles and begins to slide into itself. There's no time for a spell. Your arms are wide, trying to maintain your balance. Jump. You try to jump clear, but gain no decent purchase on the shifting sand. Meanwhile, the ground is moving away faster and faster from under your feet. You fall backwards, spreading out your legs to reduce your pressure on the sand. Then you scramble back as fast as possible, trying to escape the growing pit. God damn it. Summon a giant. Giant could probably carry me. Zip. I don't have the ring to teleport. I could float. Float in air. Wall is make an invisible wall. Or walk is make a shield. I'm gonna say... we get the giant. Float is probably the simplest one. I want to save the giant's teeth. Let's float. There's no time to waste. You cast the spell, lightening your body weight to a mere fraction of normal. Should you fall, you'll be safe. But the spell won't last long. But though you are now floating above the ground is still moving downwards, and so are you. As the ground slips further away, forming a pit in the ground, you slide helplessly in to where something is waiting. So I just slowly fell very, very comfortably. Let's get a giant. Consulting the stars, you bind the magic, throwing a giant's tooth into the pit before you. For a moment, there's a strong column of smoke, and a moment later, a giant is floundering in the quicksand in front of you. Climb onto the giant. You scramble up onto the giant's shoulders, and then onto its head, until you are clear of the quicksand below. Whatever is underneath is clearly finding the giant difficult to swallow, because the land slip slows in speed. Jump clear. You jump clear of the landslip. Watch. At a safe distance, you watch as the sand trap continues to swirl. A moment later, a creature has erupted from the surface. It is a Badu beetle. Where's the giant? Cause lively dancing. I don't need to see any others. You pull out your pipe and begin to play. The beetle freezes at its advance from the pit, then rears up onto its back legs and begins to wave its front legs in the air in a rhythmic cycling motion. The sand underneath the beetle begins to slide back down into the pit. Play slower? I wonder. I'm going to play slower. You begin to play more slowly, and the Badu beetle responds. The speed of its flailing becomes a stately crawl. As its legs slow down, it can no longer hold itself up in the sand pit, and it begins to slide quietly out of sight. Time to move on. Well, that was dangerous. Okay. Yeah, we kind of sacrificed the giant to the quicksand. That was kind of terrible. Alright. Back up. I'm going to teleport. I will probably move this to somewhere better as well. This is actually a good place to sleep. You settle down expecting a peaceful night. You've eaten nothing today, but there is nothing you can do to abate your hunger. I have raw meat, but I can't cook it. Let's go to bed. You lie back and try to forget your troubles. You feel untouched by danger here, and your slumber is unbroken by dreams. You lost significant stamina, lost a bit of gold, walked on the ancient Backlands Bridge, and found no new clues. Okay. Do this. Adjust the beam to be, do I want to change it from the Forest of Snata to whatever it would be? I'll leave it as it is. Did I do that? Have I done this town over here? I don't think so. Didn't remember? Let's go check it out. I don't remember going up that high. I feel like there's just so many possibilities to go from this section. Where do you even begin? That's some of the most fun of this game. Okay. Rest here for a few hours to regain... Yeah, let me actually do that. Okay, yeah. Got some stamina back. I'm alright. Let's go up here. There's a little hut here. I think I've been to the hut. It's also easier, to be fair, if you haven't taken a 297-day break. That's true. Alright, let's set up to that town. Okay. Alright. No, I don't think I have not been up here. Let's go. You pick your way carefully over the rocks to the edge of a road. The wind picks up as the evening draws on. Soon it will be dark. Towards the village. Shit. The path winds up through low foothills towards an open area in the mountains. As you approach the foothills, you see a wooden palisade. Spiked trunks planted to form a fence with a single gate. From beyond comes the sound of chatting and banter. And dogs. This must be the village the shepherd boy mentioned. Remember that? 300 days ago? The shepherd boy told us about this town up here, right? Only a few weeks ago. Seems to be a bustling, busy place. Presumably this village owns the fields and farmland through which you have been walking. You could go in or skirt around it. We're going in. You pause on the other side of the gate, one hand on your sword hilt should anyone be foolish enough to spring a trap. But nothing weird happens. Nothing untoward happens. The village is a small collection of wooden huts built into a basin within the mountains at its back. In the center is a fire pit surrounded by tables and benches. Several groups are sitting and eating. Okay. Pleasant smells drift over from the kitchen hut. The sun is now in the lowest quarter of the sky. Oh boy. Alright. The fire, the kitchens. Wait for nightfall. I'm gonna go to the kitchens because I need food. Bad. In one corner of the village is a cook's hut. Inside, a lady is stirring a deep cauldron. She looks up and nods to you through the doorway. Clouds begin to tumble across the dimming sky. It will be dark soon. Go inside. You step inside, greet the cook, look into the cauldron. Let's greet the cook.
Greetings,
You declare.
you're welcome. If there's something you want, if you don't want anything, there's the door.
The chef goes over to a shelf to collect some herbs from a jar. Look into the cauldron. You look into the cauldron the cook is stirring.
Meat broth. But if it looks like there isn't any meat, it's because it's Snatacat.
And they are invisible.
When they have their eyes closed, that's right. And since some close their eyes when they die, you can end up with invisible meat. Everyone says it tastes nicer than the visible kind. I'm not so sure. It's certainly harder to cook, right?
The lady pours a little oil into the soup from a flask above the cauldron. Ask about the village.
What call you? What can you tell me of this village, you ask? This is Karyama, the main village in the fields of Ishtara. Where are you from, if you don't know that already? I am stupid.
You tell her, lying unskillfully. The chef raises an eyebrow but does not reply. A thin smell of smoke wafts into the tent.
Oh, by Thruff!
The cook curses and disappears through a flap at the back. For a moment, you are alone. I mean, I'm taking a fucking free bowl of soup. While she is gone, you fill a bowl with soup and begin to eat. But it's too hot to finish all of it before she returns.
Pour it back in.
Eat it. You keep eating. She stares at you with surprise.
You did not pay for that.
She remarks. Say nothing?
No.
I gotta pay for it. Here. Throw her 4 gold pieces. You throw down 4 gold pieces. She takes them, but looks clearly quite unhappy. There's nothing more of interest here. You nod to the chef, then turn and leave the hut. The sun is now in the lowest quarter of the sky. It'll be dark. Alright, well, whatever. I bought the food. I'm fine. Go to the fire. The fire pit is in the center of the village. You walk past low huts. A few figures glance at you, but they show little interest. The fire is kept low and smoldering, ready to be reignited in the evening. A few people surround it, watching and talking. Look, cook my raw food. You unwrap the portions of raw meat and fish you have been carrying and roast them in the fire. Save it. You save your provisions, they should keep well. Someone passes around a charred joint of meat, offering you a bite. That's really good, actually. I might just pass it on. Because, would they see that as, wow, that's really nice of you, because food is probably kind of scarce, or why did you refuse food, you piece of shit? I'm gonna eat it. You take a bite. The meat is black and sooty, but rich with flavors and spices. Eat the rest. I'm gonna pass it. Having taken your share, you pass the joint on to the next person. See what you did there, Steve Jackson. Let's introduce myself. Greetings, you declare to the people nearby. They look up at you with some curiosity.
What is this place?
The lounging woman answers.
This is Karyama, the central village of all of Ishtara.
Then they seem to lose interest in you and return to staring at the fire and talking to each other in low voices. Throw a stick on the fire? I don't want to fuck with the fire. Because this is their domain here. In the base of the smoldering fire pit are a few pebbles and some sand. Hold on a second here. Pebbles are for grenades. What is sand for? Yeah, see? Pebbles for pop. Is it for quicksand? Ah. I feel like both of these can be pretty effective. But I think I'm taking the pebbles. Take a pebble. You move to reach into the pit and then pause. There's still plenty of heat coming from the fire. Take another one. You reach in and close your fist around a pebble, but it is burning hot. You snatch your hand back, a heavy red burn on your palm. It's not only painful, but since this is your sword arm, it will lower your ability to fight. And I don't have a finger.
Stranger,
One of the villagers declares.
we were having a discussion. Who would be most likely to best the other in a fight? A goblin or a wolf?
I have seen such a fight. Surely the wolf. The goblin. It's probably the wolf. Surely the wolf, you answered cheerfully. It has wild strength and claws.
But a goblin has cunning and swordsmanship.
I have killed many of both. Wolves are fearful creatures at heart. You'll have to try it. I have killed many of both.
We will ask the Archmage to deliver one of each,
Decides a villager with a sigh.
in the name of learning and scholarship.
Uh-oh. These are Archmage enthusiasts. What is north of this village?
Tunnels.
One replies. A few others look uncomfortable.
There are tunnels. We don't go in there.
Why not?
Because there's no need. And there are some dangers.
Wolves? Goblins? Wolves?
Something lives there. There's no danger here in Kariyama. The Archmage keeps us quite safe. But under the mountain, well...
They say magic doesn't work under the mountain.
Where do the tunnels lead? The villagers shake their heads. One points sharply downwards, but beyond that, they do not answer.
Enough questions. Please don't go to the tunnels. We have no wish to send you to your doom.
Okay. Talk to someone. You sit down beside the woman who spoke earlier. She nods in acknowledgement but says nothing. This is a beautiful village. The woman smiles and then pauses to tighten a bootlace, a movement which casually flashes the marriage band on her wrist. Thank you, stranger. We all welcome you. This village is Kariyama, the most beautiful village in Ishtara.
Enough talk. Give me that thing to drink wicked fast.
How might one cross the horns of Iklala? You are so eager to leave already. There's the bridge. You'll have to pay the bridge keeper his toll, of course, but he rarely asks too much. Is there another way? I've heard it said that there are tunnels, but they were all blocked up because of the pests.
What pests?
Invisible creatures, they came in the night and stole our goats. She kicks at the fire with one foot. You talk a lot. Is that normal where you're from? I rarely see people. I'm just trying to get in my social meter up a little. You're all strangely quiet. Or so it seems to me. We are a small village. We see each other every day. There's not that much to discuss. You travel alone?
I do.
Well, you are amongst us, should you wish to stay. Ishtara is the center of the world. We will survive forever.
I do not think so.
You reply, thinking of the empty wastes you have already seen. The woman looks at you curiously, but does not reply. Yeah, because this is back in the past. So I know it's a wasteland now. Survive. Come on, I'm talking a lot. What can you tell me with the Backlands? The Backlands? That name seems unfamiliar to her. Oh, right, okay. It is of no importance. Seems wherever you are, this place is far removed from Kakabad. At least for these people. Okay. I'll throw a stick on the fire. You toss a nearby stick into the fire, and it begins to gently smoke and smolder. There's a great sense of peace here. You stand and nod to the woman as you head away from the fireside. The sun is almost set, and the sky has turned a deep purple. Okay. We've eaten. Got a lot of rations. Let's wait. You pass a few hours in idling around the village until the sun dips behind the towering mountains and the air grows cold. Sleeping hut. You head towards the large hut that is filled with mattresses and cots. Seems to be not an inn, but a communal sleeping place. A few people are already asleep here. I feel like this is potentially dangerous. I feel like someone's going to steal something or attack me. But I think I take my chances. You choose a mattress and settle down. You lie still for a while with your eyes closed, listening to the murmured conversations of other people in the hut. Amidst sundries about village life, one in particular stands out. A young girl, murmuring to her friend.
At least one of the tunnels is still open. Don't be a fool, Mia, the other replies. Why would there be tunnels? So the goblins can come in? I'm telling you, I saw one. I went in.
Another voice nearby hisses at them to be quiet.
What do you know about... Hey, what do you kids know about tunnels?
You rise from your cot and find the one called Mia.
My apologies for overhearing your conversation. These tunnels sound most interesting.
Do not be afraid, you assure her. I'm merely an interested traveler. The girl's friend has rolled over and is pretending to have been asleep all this time.
I don't know anything about tunnels. Please leave me alone.
I'm sorry.
If I have money, it's important that you tell me. I have money. I can pay you for information, you tell her. Her eyes grow round with fear.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I am a sorcerer of great power.
Are you working for the goblins? Are you a goblin? Are you leading an invasion?
What? No. Is an invasion expected?
My parents say the only reason we're still alive is that the mountains are tall and goblins are short. But goblins dig, so they'll get us in the end. Why are you asking about the tunnels?
I wish to protect the village. The tunnels are a weakness that must be defended.
Okay, I'll take you tomorrow. She kicks her friend. I'll take both of you.
You nod and return to your cot.
Ooh. There we go.
I'll eat something. You eat a hunk of cooked meat and feel a little better. All right, now we're doing better. Then you stretch out and rest. You are unharmed here, and you do not dream. All right, we're going to get some information to go through the tunnels. You gained provisions, lost some gold, entered the village of Kariyama, and found no new clues. Okay. The sun rises through the flaps of the hut. The girl and her friend wake quickly and gesture at you to follow. Follow them. You follow them out of the hut and through the northern gate of the village. Oh dear. I hope I can protect these two. The girl, Mia, leads you up to a tunnel mouth a short distance above the village, carefully hidden behind an outcrop of stone.
This used to be a mine. Only they had to stop mining on account of the things.
I will kill the things.
You tell her. But the girl only shakes her head.
What? You think you're the first idiot with a sword to go in there? But if you see my dog, give it a tickle for me.
Your dog? Your dog lives in there?
My dog ran away in there, she says. She never came back. She sits down on a nearby rock. Well, that's what I did. And I said it out loud. Well?
Okay. Into the tunnel. You approach the tunnel mouth and lift away the covering of vines. The passage descends dank and dark into the bowels of the mountains beyond. I think I need to strike a light here. I have Tinder, don't I? Yep. Your Tinder box can provide a spark. You look through your pack for something to catch a light. I'm not doing that. Burn the spell book. By the way, it's gone forever and you can't get it back. Why would I burn my... No, do something else. That's so stupid that you can do that. I love it. Oh, I can't see. Might as well burn the most important item in my backpack. You cannot burn the spell book. You'll have to find some other fuel. Or go without flame. Just go. I think I have a sun jewel. The mountains overhead create an imposing sight. You walk as though into an ancient tomb. Even the air smells musty and old. But there is a breeze on your hand. Does that mean that there is a way through? Okay. Below ground. Magic doesn't work under here. Oh, that's right. You make your way slowly through the narrow entrance and into the cool dark of the tunnel. You hold out a hand to feel your way forward. Cast a spell. You raise your eyes up, but it seems this deep below the mountain, the presence of the starlight, kid, cannot reach you. You're powerless, dude. You try to make out something of the tunnel walls, but the darkness is absolute. Call out.
Is anyone there?
There's no response, not even an echo. You follow the cold stone with your fingertips.
I'm gonna get out of here.
You stumble onwards, squinting in the gloom. The tunnel winds on a steady course, with occasional branches that lead to dead ends. It becomes clear this is not a natural cavern. Wooden pillars line the walls, creaking under the weight of stone. Test the pillars. You test one of the pillars for strength, applying a little pressure. It responds with a crunching, cracking sound, and dust rains down in a spill. So am I going to crush my head? Push the pillar. You put your weight against the pillar and heave. The ancient wood cracks gratefully and rocks begin to tumble from the roof overhead. You dash madly through the tunnel. No, rewind. That doesn't count. Test the pillars. Okay, press on. Deeper. Being careful not to lean on the pillar, you keep one hand on the wall to your left and allow it to guide you. Then your foot strikes something hard. Not a rock. A length of metal, perhaps. Reach for it. You reach down and feel for the object. A long metal spike with a wooden pole at its center. A pickaxe. Someone has been mining down here. A few steps further on, you collide into a wooden wall that reaches from knee height to neck height. It appears to be on wheels. A minecart, then. Feel inside the cart. You reach over and into the cart, hoping to find some treasure or valuable metal, but it is empty. There's not even any discarded rock. Let's push it. You push at the cart, but it must have been here for an age. It moves an inch and then the wheels stick fast. The squeal of rusted iron echoes in the chamber like a scream. Let's go. You put your shoulder to the cart and push hard. It overcomes whatever was catching on the wheel and begins to roll quickly forward. A moment later, it strikes something in the darkness. One of the support pillars, perhaps? Dust begins to trickle from the ceiling. Wait to see what happens. You stand frozen to the spot as the cavern echoes with ship-like yawns and creaks. The stone shifts and fractures overhead and then falls silent. The roof does not collapse this time. You inch on through the darkness, moving more cautiously now. We're good. You make your way slowly through the dark. Soon, your hand feels nothing but air. A side passage. At the passage. Empty darkness leads in 3 directions. Is the ape here? The ape is here. Toss a stone into the passage, shout out, or pray to the ape. Okay, this is very clearly... This is a boss room, right? There's a fog door here. This is a... Well, I'm going to go in there. That's a... You know. Let's pray. Pray for protection. You close your eyes and raise a prayer to the ape. Nothing happens. Have you been forgotten in the dark? But as your eyes adjust, you notice something dimly glowing at the end of the side passage. Is it the ape? Move towards the glowing object. You edge down the passage, your footsteps muffled by thick sand. You trip over more abandoned and broken tools. Then you're close enough to see a curved, golden object pointing from a pile of rubble. This is the source of the light, which is pulsing softly. Beside the pile of rubble are 2 large shapes that look like jars. Scream. Open up one of the jars and scream into it. Get a closer look at the artifact. You edge around the jars as you get closer to the artifact. It is a horn. The dim glow makes the rest of the cavern dark, and you trip and stumble as you approach. Whatever it is clear it is infused with magic and must be quite valuable. But it seems to have been only halfway freed from the rock. The wall feels smoother in places, like you're feeling a built wall instead of a tunnel. The ground here also feels different. I'm going to grab the horn. It's going to be attached to something. Shift the rocks. Move the jars aside. Shift the rocks. You squat down and move some rocks away from the artifact, all but dazzled by its light. The glow is only gentle, but down here it is blinding. It's pull it free. It's going to be attached to something. You grab the part of the horn that protrudes from the wall and pull, but it is firmly stuck. Yank it. You haul a little harder and it comes free suddenly, sending you sprawling back across the sandy floor. Blow the horn. Let's not do that immediately. Let's look at it. You waste no time in examining the horn. It's hard to see any details as the glow blinds you in the darkness. But you do make out some blocky script carved into it in a language you don't recognize. The horn is also slightly warm to the touch. Blow the horn. You put the horn to your lips and blow. Nothing happens. It is as though the horn is blocked. As you tip it up to empty it, you notice the nearest clay jar wobbling. It rocks back and forth faster and faster. Then the lid shoots off. Cover my head. You cover your head, but the lid strikes the low roof with such force it turns to powder. But the real danger is just beginning. Sand rushes out of the jar with tremendous force, whipping around the cavern, tripping you to the ground. Scramble back. You scramble backwards across the ground, trying to get away, as the sand forms into a whirlpool-like shape. Two deep black vortices appear in its sides and roam queasily across the surface until they reach the top. There they swivel, widen, and seem to focus on you. Attack. You deftly leap forward and swing your sword, but it passes clean through the monster. It barely even notices. Look for something to use. The pickaxe. You cast about looking for some advantage and your eye lands on a discarded pickaxe. I can't hurt. That's not going to do anything. I got to run. Surely a pickaxe cannot harm this thing. You turn, intending to run, and the creature follows you. The vortex passes the discarded pickaxe and gathers it up until handle and head swirling around inside of its body at violent speed before being smashed to pieces and spraying in all directions. The sand vortex is very close now. It is cornering you against a pillar. Looking around wildly in the dark, you can't think of anything. You take a few steps back and feel hard stone at your back. The creature expands. Is this how it ends? Shield yourself. You cover your head, expecting the fatal blow. But before the creature can strike, the tunnel rumbles with holy vengeance. Rocks crash down from the ceiling, burying it. You've been saved by the ape. But the tunnel rumble... but the rumble is still there. A few more boulders crash, narrowing, just barely missing your ass. The tunnel is collapsing with you in it. Good thing we prayed. Run. You dodge aside as rocks crash down around you. The creature is close behind, but then the ceiling caves in at your heels, burying it. In your haste, you trip on a broken cart and the glowing horn goes flying. It lands nearby, but the tunnel is still rumbling. I have to get it. You leap towards the horn, landing on your knees. You reach out, but not before a massive rock slams on it, grinding the horn into fine powder. What? Whatever secrets the miners were looking for will have to stay buried now. There's no time for disappointment, though, as the ceiling is still caving in. What? Roll left. You wince as the ceiling crashes down, missing you by inches. Dust settles and you can't hear anything. There's no turning back now. You're trapped in the dark. Snort the powder.
No, I have to have whatever secrets it is.
You slam your head as hard as you can into the ground and breathe in as deeply with your nostrils as possible. A sense of wind fills inside of your stomach. Okay. Can I still get... No. It's over. You are in pitch darkness. Whether it is night or day, it is impossible to tell. The air is freezing cold. Strike a light. I'm not going to burn my spellbook. You feel about until you find the tunnel wall. Cast a spell? I can't cast spells down here. I need to just follow. You follow the rough stone wall, stumbling and tripping until you come to a blockage. Feel the stones. You feel your way across the stones, hoping to find a chink or a hole, but there's nothing. The sound of something groaning echoes down the tunnel length. Strike a light. I'm not burning the spellbook. You cannot burn the spellbook, you'll have to find some other fuel. Alright. The other way. Am I stuck down here? You trace the wall the other way. The passageway curves and bends. The going is difficult with lots of dead ends. Then finally, a chink of daylight appears. It is like water after a long thirst. You have found the tunnel mouth. Leave the tunnel. You hurry gratefully out of the tunnel into the soft, damp air. Where are you? Outside. Ah! This is... You can get up through this way. Okay. I want that horn so bad. Oh well. You emerge blinking from the underground tunnel to find yourself on the edge of a vast, deep forest. From the position of the sun, you can see that you are on the other side of the Badubak Ridge. Only one way forward into the trees. So, you could go this way. You could also go all the way up here and do all this. Didn't get the horn. That's disappointing. I wonder if there's anything else I missed up here. But it is what it is. The ape saved us. Probably would have died. So, very cool. Can't go back to the village either. We're going to move on this way. I'm going to go check this out. Very big town here. Okay. This way. No horn and no dog. Yeah, I didn't find the dog and I didn't get the horn either. Forest turns to marsh. The ground underfoot turns to slop until you are sinking a few fingers deep with every step. Thick smell of rot and decay fills the air. Let's keep going. You keep up your pace, hoping the ground will grow firmer further on. So we're going back to the present. And no ring either. I know. What a failure. So this was in the past. And now we're back into the present. So what is this? No horn, no dog, no ring, no finger. No. I just spilled all over myself. Okay. You wade on through the marsh, which changes to firmer earth beneath your feet. Trees grow up around you, and suddenly you find yourself in the forest once more. The sun has reached its highest point now. Out of the shade, the air is baking hot. By day, the forest is still not a hospitable place, but it's beautiful in its own way. Water drips down the leaves and along twisted vines. Birds flutter through the bracken-like canopy. Everything is moist and damp. The path is winding and frequently disappears. Perhaps it has been made by animals and not by people. Let's climb a tree. You find a suitable-looking tree close at hand and swing yourself onto the lower branch. From there, it is a reasonably straightforward climb up into the canopy. Okay. You reach the top of the tree, but there is no view. From here, you can see nothing but more trees, stretching away into the distance. The only exception is to the south, where the stone arch of the bridge rises up in a dizzying height into the air. There is little else to be done up here. Look at the ground. You glance down the tree towards the ground just as something moves past on the path below. Leaves stir, the shape is gone. You make your way carefully back down to the ground, but halfway down, one of the branches cracks under your weight. Cling on. You cling on to the branch overhead as your foothold disappears. For a moment, you are dangling free. Swing to a branch. Moving like a monkey. Thank you, ape. You swing backwards and forwards until you have enough arc to try and catch another branch with your feet. You hook yourself into position, and then move one of your hands closer until you are steadily placed once more. Okay. You take a moment to gather your breath. In the pause, the branch underneath you breaks and you fall. Of course. You hit the ground with a thump, but the earth is soft. You are fortunately unhurt. Near the foot of the tree is a broken branch and a slightly bruised bomba fruit. Ooh. You must have knocked it from the tree when you fell. It's a little bruised, but still seems edible. Yeah. Thank you. Bomba fruit are particularly nutritious, and this one is in good shape despite its fall. You pick it up and put it in your pack. You are beginning to feel hungry. I'm just going to eat it. Let's eat it. Actually, maybe I should eat the meat first. so it doesn't go bad. There we go. Fruit will go bad sooner than meat. Oh well. You trace what might be a path and might be an old river, though, through the trees of the forest. Slowly the sun begins to lower in the sky. The trees are alive with movement. You catch a glimpse of a bright red snake through the trees. It seems to be watching you. Approach the snake. You approach the snake, but it slips away between the trees. A pile of boulders here is topped by a patch of curious bright yellow moss. Gather the moss. Intrigued, you grab a fistful of the moss. It is juicy and extremely pungent. Smell it, taste it, stash it, toss it.
Pop it. Twist it. Smell it. Taste it. Toss it. Stash it.
What do I do? I think I have a memory of this. I feel like there's an incorrect one to do here. I'll taste it. You taste the moss with a tentative tongue. The flavor is not pleasant, but it does not appear acrid. Perhaps it is not poisonous. Smell it. You put your nose deep into the moss. Why would you go that close? The scent is like lemons and strong cheese and manure, all rolled together. It reminds you of the smell of drinking water in Kare. The effect is heady. I'll stash it. You stow the moss in your pack, but it quickly dries and crumbles to dust. What? Rewind. Okay, eat it. Feeling bolder, you put the clump of moss into your mouth and chew. Thick yellow juices run down your chin. Swallowing the thick clump is hard, but almost as soon as you do, you feel a great warmth spreading up from your stomach. Whatever this moss is, it seems to be most beneficial. Ooh. Good thing I save scummed. Yeah, how we usually do it, I know it doesn't really matter, but typically I'll give myself like 3 or 4 rewinds a stream. Makes it more fun. Also, it is a feature of the game, that's right. Depends how I'm feeling. Things move in the canopy all around you. The sun is dropping down to the west. It will be night soon. You emerge from the trees into a clearing by a low hill. This is an exposed place. You would be unwise to stay long. Uh-huh. You skirt around the north side of the hillock. There's something quite artificial about its shape. Its sides are almost perfectly smooth. Look around. There is definitely something strange about this hill. You decide to make a full circuit to see what you can find. As you pass the southeast side of the hillock, you come across an incongruous wooden doorway set into the curvature of the hill. Look at the door. You step over to the doorway to examine it more closely. Wouldn't you like to know what's in there? Wouldn't you be intrigued to know what could be inside of this? What troubles do we see? What difficulties do you imagine? Mods, put a poll up, please. End of the stream voice. Don't cliffhanger it. I'm going to cliffhanger it. I'm going to cliffhanger it because if you're interested, that means you'll come back. The whole screen shifting? Yeah, it's because I have... Yeah, there we go. All right, here's a poll. I really want to continue playing this. I also really want to continue playing Final Fantasy 16. On Monday, would you prefer Final Fantasy 16 or Sorcery? Could also do both. That's true. That's actually accurate. Could just do both. Yeah. No, don't even do a poll. Not even necessary. We'll play Final Fantasy 16 for a little while. Maybe like same thing, like 2 or 3 hours, and then come over to here for 2 or 3 hours. Plus, I think Sorcery also is a fun, kind of more chilled out experience where I just kind of read. That can happen later on in the nighttime. Yeah, we don't have to do a poll. Both works. 2 or 3 hours each. Everybody's playing Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, but I if I don't play it on stream, I'm gonna play it off stream. Yeah, we'll do both. Only 5% want. Well, here. Well, oh, wait. I feel like all the people that are here want Sorcery. All the people that would want Final Fantasy 16 are probably not here right now. But, you know. I love this game. Sorry, it took me 295 days to come back to play it, but we're going to continue it on Monday. So what do you guys think? I know you got kind of dropped right in the middle of that, but what do you guys think? Those of you that was that was your first experience seeing it, think it's cool. I will tell you that I'm a little sad that you're involved in the third game, because I think the second game is like in top. It's the best one, without a doubt. But if you like the characters, which the characters are all really cool, the third game just kind of keeps expanding on places to go. I think there's more to see in the third game, but the second game I think has a lot more. I like the second game the most. I still very much enjoy them. Third is probably up there, close to number 2. Yeah, we'll see you Monday. Have a great rest of your weekend. There's not much left of it, but enjoy it. I'll be here Monday around 4. And then somewhere around like 6 to 7. Maybe like around 6-ish. We'll do some chill Sorcery vibes. Do you actually like the second game more, or do you just get burnt out by... No, I don't get burnt out from this game. Part 2 is genuinely the best out of all of them, without a doubt. Kare is just... There's so much going on in Kare. So we'll start for Final Fantasy 16, and then we'll move to Sorcery around like 6 or 7. For chill Sorcery vibes. Have a great night. See you later. See you in a couple days. Have a great one. Call your mother. Eat a couple green vegetables today. You know? Substitute out the bacon for, you know, some greens. Just today. You know, once or twice a week. Have a glass of water if you haven't had one. Get some sleep. You know. I'm eating bacon right now. Why would I eat vegetables right now? It's like 1 a.m. It's midnight here. It's 1 a.m. It's really windy where you are? Yeah, it is. Alright, take care, guys. See you soon. Have a good rest of your night.